Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some pastelillos. These are pastelillos de guayaba and they are freaking delicious. So if you guys don't want guayaba inside of these pastelillos, you can totally substitute it for strawberry or blueberry jelly, whatever kind of jelly you decide. Traditionally, Puerto Ricans make these with guava. So these puff pastries are filled with guava, cream cheese, and it's just between two puff pastries. So they are super delicious. Some of them are covered in powdered sugar, and then others are covered in granulated sugar that we just let get toasted in the oven. So they are so delicious, and if you guys want to see how to make this recipe, then just keep watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you want to see some more videos on my channel, please make sure that you subscribe down below. I post new videos every weekend, and I'd love to see you guys in the next one. All right, let's get into the recipe.
All right, so here are the ingredients that we'll need. We need some sugar, an egg, some flour for dusting our surface, some powdered sugar, which I have in this little shaker, a brick of cream cheese, which is at room temperature, and some guava paste. This is a 14-ounce package. And the last item will be these puff pastry sheets. These are by Pepperidge Farm, and it comes with 2 sheets. So you want to take out your puff pastry sheets from the freezer and set them aside to let them defrost. So while we are letting these defrost, we are going to start chopping up the guava paste. I have my cutting board sitting on top of a nice little oven mitt just so it doesn't move around. So once you have your guava paste on your cutting board, you want to start to slice your guava paste, but you want to make sure that your slices aren't too thick because then it won't melt properly in the oven. And you don't want them to be too thin either because you do want that flavor to be present in the pastelillos. I like to cut them into these little squares and just set them aside for easy preparation once we're ready to stuff the pastelillos. Now here's the entire block all sliced up. So now that we've got that done, now we're going to move on to the cream cheese. We're just going to take the block of cream cheese, put it in a bowl, and then really just try to smooth it out so that then when we're preparing the pastelillos, the cream cheese is very easy to spread on. Now that we've got our cream cheese nice and smooth and our guayaba all sliced up, now we're ready to move on to the puff pastry sheets. So as I was opening the sheets, I noticed that they did need to sit out and thaw a little bit longer just because they weren't completely like lying flat. Like those corners were definitely a little too cold. They weren't lying flat, so I needed to let them sit out for a little bit longer. And that one you can't even open, so they were just gonna sit there for a little bit more to thaw out. After letting them sit on the countertop for about 10 minutes, they are finally thawed out and we are ready to get rolling. These pastry sheets already have flour on them, but I do like to flour my surface just a little bit. I like to give them just a little bit of a roll. If you don't have a rolling pin, that's completely fine. You can totally do this recipe without a rolling pin. You don't need to roll them out. Now that we've got the first sheet rolled out, we're going to do the same exact thing with the second sheet. Now that the second sheet is completely rolled out, now you just want to take that sheet and put it on top of the first sheet. So you want to try to layer them as best as possible and stretch them out if you need to, just to make sure that each sheet is the same size. So now that we've got the sheets around the same size, we're going to begin to slice them with a pizza cutter. So the pastelillos on the left are going to be the mini pastelillos, which are great for sharing and parties, just when you're having big groups of people. And the pastelillos on the right are going to be a little bit larger. Okay, so now that each pastelillo has a top and a bottom, we are ready to start filling these. Now's the perfect time to preheat your oven to 350. So first you're going to take your cream cheese and start to spread that on the bottom portion of the pastelillo. Then you're going to take a slice of your guayaba paste and put that on top of the cream cheese. Then you're going to grab your top portion of your puff pastry and just put it right on top. So that's how you stuff your pastelillos, and you just have to do the same exact process with all of the pastelillos. Yes, this is a long process. Be sure to do the same exact process with the larger pastelillos. It doesn't matter what size, it's still the same process. Since the guayaba slices are just a little small for the larger pastelillos, I like to just take the slice and like squish it and take like extra little pieces from other squares and just make sure that there is enough guayaba paste in each pastelillo. Okay, so now that we have all the pastelillos completely stuffed, we are going to transfer them to baking sheets. I like to spray my baking sheets with a little bit of Pam baking spray, so I'm going to do that here, and then I'm going to just transfer all of them to the cookie sheets. Alright, so now that we have all of them on cookie sheets, we're going to take one of the cookie sheets. I decided to take the smaller one and start to prepare them for a sugar crust. So what you want to do for the sugar crust is create an egg wash. Take one egg, beat it, and then add about 1 or 2 tablespoons of water to the egg wash and make sure that you mix that all up completely. So now you want to take either a pastry or a sauce brush and spread some of that egg wash over each pastelillo. Remember, this step is only if you want to have the sugar crust on the pastelillos. If you just want powdered sugar on your pastelillos, don't do this. Now we're going to take some sugar and sprinkle it all over all of the pastelillos that have the egg wash. I really like to add a lot of sugar because I like a thick sugar crust. Now that both trays are all ready, we're ready to pop these in the oven on the top shelf of the 350-degree oven. After about 10 to 12 minutes in a 350-degree oven, this is what your pastelillos should look like. If some of the tops to the pastelillos start to fall over, you can definitely take some time and readjust them. And the tray to the left is actually the tray that has the sugar crust, and those are looking perfect. The tray to the right is the tray that we did not add any toppings to, but we will be adding powdered sugar to later. Once the pastelillos have completely cooled, then it's time to add some powdered sugar to the tray that did not have any topping. I like my pastelillos to have plenty of powdered sugar, so that's what I'm doing here. And here is our final result. I am really excited to eat these. They just look so delicious, and some even have guayaba dripping out of them.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you really liked it. And comment down below if you end up trying this recipe. I love these so much, and I hope you guys do too. I'm going to try one of these. I think that I'll try the powdered sugar one. They're so good. Perfect.